welcome back to the channel. This is episode 2 of our grassroots series where we interview various people from the grassroots game. In today's episode, I talked to West Bank FC manager David Nevitt. We discussed the season just gone as well as other issues in the grassroots game. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. I would also like to thank David as well as West Bank FC as a whole. You can follow them on Twitter at West Bank FC.
So, episode 2 of our grassroots interviews. We're here with David Nevitt. First of all, can you just introduce yourself to the viewers?
Yeah, all right, mate. My name's David Nevitt. I'm the joint manager of West Bank FC. We're a small group of friends that play from a local village in Widnes, Cheshire. And we play now currently in the South Lancs League. So we're playing our home games in Widnes. And then, we travel to Wigan, Leigh, St Helens, all over the place every Sunday morning,
Yeah, so moving on to that, can you just, obviously, the club's been around for about 13 years. Can you just give us a...
Yeah, so we were established... we were established in 2007, so that was a little bit before my time. I think I joined in and around 2009, 2010. But we originally started from a local pub. There's 2 pubs in the village we play from. So we started off in the other pub that we're not at now. So we started off in that pub. And the pub we actually play from now had a team themselves. So we sort of formed with a rival team, like straight off the bat. It was a bit of a fierce rivalry to start. So we started off in the Runcorn League, there was 2 divisions at the time. Moved from the Runcorn League to the Warrington League in around 2011. Stayed there for probably about 6 or 7 years. No, it would have been longer. About 8 or 9 years we stayed in the Warrington League. It just got a bit stale. Playing the same teams every week. Not much structure to the league, really. I think teams were folding and it turned into one division. So we took the leap. Last season we had a discussion and said, let's move leagues. So, we've ended up in the South Lancs League.
Obviously, you've just joined the South Lancs League. Can you talk about the kind of mixed bag season that you had? You obviously didn't do well in the league, but you had a fantastic cup run towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
Discuss the kind of positives and negatives that you've had this season. Yeah,
well, that's our team all over. When there's an up, there's a massive down straight away. You've got to laugh or you'd cry with our team, basically. So this season, we started, and obviously it's asking, because we're based in Widnes, it's a massive commitment to get the lads to travel. We're talking between 25, 35 mile per week when we're away. It's like 40-minute drives on a Sunday morning. Obviously, Sunday mornings are hard enough getting the lads there because they've all been on the ale and etc. So, we said, look, we're going to sign as many lads as we can on. So we were covered for away games, basically, so we weren't scratching around on the morning. So we started off, signed on 25 players, and like you just said then, the league campaign wasn't fantastic, to say the least. We got put into the Premier Division, which, in all honesty, is probably we're a little bit out of our depth, basically, with the team that we get each week. Because, like I say, we've got a strong squad, but it's just getting the lads there on Sunday morning. So we've gone from, it was a COVID-interrupted season. We'd done all right at the start, and then it got cancelled, and then we come back and played again. And what they did, they wiped the league from afresh. So any record, I think it's the same nationally, really, any record that we had before COVID got wiped, and we come back in. So we played each team once, we had an 11-0 defeat in there. We played top of the league, Botanical. They're a really good side. They beat us 11-0. We got beat 7-1 in another game. So it was a tough season. But on the flip side of that, we had at the start of the season, we had a deal, the full squad, and said, look, we'll prioritise the cups. I know it's easy to say this now because we won one, but we said we'll prioritise the cups. The league games, they are what they are. I don't think anyone's getting relegated anyway because a couple of the teams dropped out. So we prioritised the cups. So yeah, it started off a really bad season, say 11-0, 7-1. But then we played the quarter-final against Hawkley. We beat them 3-2. So then we went straight into the semi. So although we're bottom of the league, we sort of still had our eye on what our main prize was. So semi-final, we got drawn against Town Green, which are in our league as well. They're a brilliant side, young side. And we played them the week before, and they beat us 3-2. So we went into the game as underdogs as per in the semi-final. And to be totally honest, it was an absolute smashing grab. They dominated us at a cracking side, loads of young lads. And yeah, we just rolled our luck. It's just one of them mad games where if they scored, we'd scored again. And it went to penalties because with COVID now, there's no extra time. But that suited us down to the ground because after 90 minutes, we'd been running around that much. Let's say we didn't want an extra 30. They just passed us off the park. So yeah, we got to penalties, won on penalties. That's just a look at the draw. And then in the final, we played a team called Gerard Athletic. And yeah, again, it just so happened we played them the week before the final. So we had a good idea of what we were going into. But what we did the week before the final and the 2 weeks before the final, like I say, we sacrificed the league games as such. We sort of played, we've got that big of a squad. We give lads who haven't had the opportunity to play to try and get themselves into the squad for the final. Lads that had just not been fit enough to play. Like we had a couple of lads who'd had like long-term injuries, so we give them a go. So we sort of just put a side out and tested the waters with our opponents to see what they were like. So yeah, we played against Gerrard's. Again, they beat us 3-1 in the league. So they come to the final the week after. And obviously we were going with a lot stronger of a team. So we had in our heads that we could do it basically. And yeah, the final was just one of the best days we've ever had. It was unbelievable. Type of days that our club doesn't have, basically. You know, we're just not that lucky to have days like that. So the final, we played at Daisy Hill in Bolton. So yeah, we got a good crowd there. 100 local people from the village we play from, I'd say minimum. We're all there to watch us. Got a couple of coaches up. And yeah, we took an early lead. I think it was a close game. It was 1-0 to us, and then they had a man sent off after half an hour. So we were already on top slightly, in my opinion. But yeah, you start to believe then when you're against 10 men. And then second half, we got the second goal early, and it was just went from there. It's one of the best days, one of the best nights we've ever had. But like you say, again, it's up and down. So as good as that was, we were disappointed with how we finished the league. And I think we've said it this week. We need a lot more commitment now going into next season because we can't be turning up with half-bothered people and we're getting beat 11-0 because it's no fun for anyone minus the other team. Like, so yeah, that's been this season.
So moving on from there, like, what would you see for the future of the club, maybe going into next season, maybe going into 5 or 10 seasons time?
Yeah, so with this type of team, you can't even see past tomorrow. I think it's the same with Sunday League. Ideally, going forward, I mean, like I say, now we've gained a bit of momentum. We've got a strong squad. The cup wins got people a lot more interested than what they were. So, like I say, again, we've got 25 people that could potentially be there on a Sunday morning. So really, going forward, we've got the opportunity to expand, really, if we wanted to. You know, if we have got a couple of people on board to help us out managing it. I've already got 2 lads who are joint managers. We've got James McKernan and Craig Patterson. They help me run the team as well. So, yeah, we ideally could get 2 teams going. But I think this season, the immediate future is just to have the lads that we've got sign on and commit and give the league a good crack this year. Going forward 5 years, we've got lads who have played for us for the whole duration that we've been a team. So we're talking 15 years, is it? So they're probably coming to an end. They can still do a job, they're still really good players, but it's probably looking at getting a few younger lads in as well, which we have done. We've just signed a couple of new lads on who are younger. So they're, as such, the future of the club, and hopefully they'll carry us on for another 4 or 5 years now.
How do you feel the Sunday League games evolved over the last kind of 10, 20 years, like quality and quantity wise?
It's funny you ask, because if we would have had this a year ago, I would have said it's done. It's dead and buried, basically. Like you said, we were in the Widnes League, which is the most local league to us now. Us alone, we're a team from Widnes who it's a small town, but big enough at the same time. We're literally the only Sunday team left. So in our immediate area, it's pretty bleak, to be totally honest. But with that said, going into the South Lancs League, we're now into probably one of the best run leagues there is in the area. There's five divisions, I think, and the top teams are strong, really strong. Like you say, we've got lads like we played a team, Botanical, Town Green, your Gerrard Athletics, Standish. We played them. They're really good sides. And this season again, there's teams coming from Runcorn into our league now, called Cheshire Rangers, and they're phenomenal. They've got players who play semi-pro on a Saturday. So, like, the answer to that is in our immediate area, it's pretty bleak. Widnes, there's not much going, but like I say, now we've joined a league where the standard's brilliant. On top of that as well, like I say, we're a neighbouring town to Liverpool. They boast probably the best Sunday league in the country. I think the Campfield have just won the National Cup. One of their players has just been signed for Tranmere and led to believe. Well, I know he has, seen on Twitter. So yeah, that's how strong that league is. So I suppose it's on the up, really, and I think a lot of that is down to social media. Helps massively. I think, I think people underestimate the power of it. Like yourself now, you're promoting grassroots. That's fantastic, and I think that's massive, even for just us. I think like us promoting our team a lot more on social media, and that gets people interested, gets people talking about Sunday League again. We're lucky enough to have like Twitter accounts in the local area. One off the top of my head is These Don't Want to Know, for instance. They retweet every Sunday League game in and around our area. Just constantly promoting the Sunday League, keeping it relevant. Because, like I say, up until like 3 or 4 years, our league we were in was flat. We didn't have a social media account ourselves. We were struggling for 9 or 10 players ringing round on the day. And through the power of social media, I think that's helped us a lot to get, like I say, we're lucky enough now to have 20 odd players to pick from. So I think Sunday League definitely on the up, like definitely.
Yeah, I was actually going to discuss the northern kind of football scene, but you mentioned obviously Liverpool League being very strong. Obviously, you guys are based in kind of rugby league hotbed in Widnes, Warrington, and Wigan as well. Do you find it difficult to attract players because they're more leaning towards playing rugby league, or is it fairly easy to get players in?
Yeah, I think, like you say, Widnes is like a predominant rugby league town. It always has been, always will be, more than likely. But I'd say, if anything, rugby league at the minute in our area alone has sort of took a knock. So yeah, I think, like, I'd say predominantly now our town, amateur-wise, is football. And everyone's football mad. I think the Saturday game in Widnes is pretty strong. Like, we've got our lone local semi-pro team. There's loads of good teams on a Saturday. But as for Sundays, there's no rugby on a Sunday, so there's no excuse not to get anyone down, really.
Just want to get your personal views on YouTube teams, like the positives and negatives that they bring to Sunday League football.
It's promotion, isn't it? I don't think there's any harm in YouTube football at all. It's, for instance, it's funny you say it. He doesn't play as such, but one of the teams we played against, they had one of the hashtag FIFA players playing for them. He's playing in one of our leagues. But on terms of YouTube football, definitely I'm all for it. You see clips, like you see on Twitter mainly, like there's that keeper, have you ever seen him, where he's screaming at the captain, I'm going to save your pen, and this, that and the other. I think that's brilliant. And yeah, like you say, again, it just gets people talking, doesn't it, and gets people interested.
I think it's the kind of difference. Sometimes people don't really like the characters, or they want to focus more on the overall players. But each their own. If people are having fun, enjoying it, making good content, then I don't see a problem with it, really.
No, definitely. I think, like, I'd just because we're a gang of mates ourselves, we had the power to get our games recorded and let people know about us a bit more, I'd be all for that. So yeah, I'm all for it. I think characters in footy is massive, isn't it? So like you say, people are getting to know these YouTubers. Why not? Definitely.
As a Sunday League manager, what are your favourite / most difficult aspects of managing in Sunday League?
Definitely honest. Like I say, you're picking 16 lads on a Sunday, and our group of lads, we're not just random lads. We are just a gang of mates. Like everybody, or for instance, anyone who comes to sign becomes a friend. We're very close knit. So when you've got 19 lads turning up on a Sunday morning, which is not the worst problem to have. You know, it could be worse. It could be having 9, but having 18, 19 lads, and then having to tell one of your mates he's not in the squad, and there's no reason half the time. That's what I have to say to him. I have to just, I have to try and be fair. You know, if someone's missed the squad one week and then the next week they'll either be starting or in the squad. I always try to be fair. Some weeks I can't for whatever reason, and yeah, again, Sunday mornings, especially after the lockdown, everyone wants to get out and drink beer and go to pubs, don't they? So yeah, we had a friendly on Sunday just gone, and we had 17 confirmed Saturday afternoon. Come Sunday morning, we had 13 lads. One of them was drunk on the front of my car just before we left, sat down, propped up against the grill of my car, telling me that he was still fit to play. So that's another issue you've got to say, and not say keep out the pub because you don't want people to not be drinking ale or having enjoying themselves and stuff, but just making sure that they're there fresh enough, shall we say, to play, because it's Sunday morning. We're 11 o'clock kickoff, so if you're getting in at 3, 4, 5 in the morning, you've got absolutely no chance, have you? So yeah, them two really picking a squad and trying to make them stay off the ale as much as they can.
Is there anything rules-wise that you like or don't like with the Sunday League game, and any kind of rules you'd want implemented into the game?
I love the roll-on, roll-off. I absolutely love it. I think that come into it about 4 or 5 years ago in our local area. I think that's brilliant because we're not professionals. You know, half the time you don't want to be putting lads on the bench. 5 subs on and off. It just gives you a chance to get everybody there, everybody a game, and just try and make people happy. Everyone wants to turn up and play footy. So obviously we want to win at the end of the day, but it's not about that, is it? You know, if we're just picking the same 11 every single week and the 5 subs are not even getting a kick, or the lads in the squad are not getting a kick, we've got no chance of carrying on. There's a rule that I'm 50-50 on. I think that, I'm not sure if you're aware of it, the sin bin rule, where it's like a yellow card for dissent. Now, obviously, the referees deserve to be protected 1,000%, and we're fully with that. Like, our first team talk before the game is stay off the ref's case, stay off before anything. Don't shoot ourselves in the foot. Now, generally, we are that type of team. Don't get me wrong, we're not aggressive or anything. You know, the odd swear word, and we seem to get punished, but it is what it is, isn't it? I think with that rule, it's definitely the right rule to have. You've got to have a sense of discipline. You've got to respect the referees to the point where every decision, they're going to make mistakes, but so are we. You know, they're not telling us how rubbish we are every time we do one. The only thing I will say with it is, I think the odd referee over time, like, will just brandish the sin bin to the point where, and for little things, not even like just a small niggle at the ref, you know, what's that ref, or, you know, something like that. Just a natural reaction to what you deem a bad decision. And then the game sort of turned into a little bit of a farce. You know, we've had games where they've ended up 9-8, both players, you know, and both teams come off like, what was that, you know? So I think that with that rule, I think it's definitely the right rule, but there's a way of implementing it. I think you've got to be, common sense comes into play. Obviously, if someone's swearing at you, give them a yellow card straight away, you know. But if someone's just a little bit of frustration for what they're deeming a bad decision, give them a little chance, and if they do it again, take them off. So that's a rule that I'm 50-50 on. I think it's the right rule, but there's ways and means of going about it. Other rules, let me have a little think. Yeah, off the top of my head, I think they're the only 2 that I can think of that I've come in recently.
Yeah, to be honest, I agree with you on the sin bin. I think kind of the interpretation of it needs to be looked at, because you get certain refs that are a bit more lenient with dissent, and some refs who are a bit over the top. I mean, we've had some in London Cup games where the ref has just branded just sin bin out of nowhere, and other times where refs have been kind of abused to a point and there hasn't been sin bins issued. So it's a very kind of thin line between going too overboard and, you know, being too lenient. But it's different everywhere. I think it's different with refs. They're in the end of the day, they're unique people. So I think
definitely, I totally agree with you. And like I said, the rule is there to protect the referees. So yeah, more for it, but a little bit of leniency every now and again, and consistency with it, definitely. Yeah.
Absolutely. So just last question. Overall, your favourite memories from Sunday League football and what it means to you?
Favourite memories. See, we're the type of team where I wish some of the stories we've had over the years, some of like our favourite memories looking back, mine's the cup win, which is obviously now like we haven't won a cup. We'd won a league about 6 or 7 years ago, and that was it. We'd been beaten a couple of finals 8 or 9 years ago, but mainly we've been unsuccessful. So the cup win is 1,000,000% the best. But we're the type of team that likes to laugh at ourselves. So I don't know, looking back, for instance, we played a game 3 years ago, and it's not my favourite. It's just when it springs to mind, it makes me laugh. We played against a team with 8 men. And this is where we were at this point. We had 11 men. We had 14 men, sorry, we had 3 subs. And we ended up getting beat by this 8 men, you know. So just stuff like that. That's not one of me. It's favourite because it's funny. Other times, the final is absolutely massive for us. That was unbelievable day. Like the type of days we've never had. We'd book the coach, we'd put a tab behind the bar after the game. Just winning things with your mates is just, you can't beat it. You just cannot beat it. I've played for teams on like a Saturday where it's just a gang of lads showing up, and obviously when you win, you're made up. But I think winning things with your mates, let me have a little think. Yeah, off the top of my head, sorry, I just can't think other than the cup final and just daft little memories like that. Like I've seen the opposition keeper score past us twice, and you know, just mad stuff. They're the things that stick in your head because if you didn't laugh, you'd cry. So yeah, it's just funny things like that.
It's just this fun journey, isn't it, of Sunday League?
Yeah, definitely. And I can sit here now and laugh at all the daft stuff our team's done, just purely down to the fact we won the cup. You know, and we said all the dark times we've had, just one of the best memories now because we've sort of rectified it by winning a bit of trophies. And as for what it means to me, I just love playing with me mates, just love it. I love playing footy, always have done, always will do. It gives me something to look forward to every single week. You know, like say, we're the type of team, win or lose, we'll have a little bit of a whinge after 20 minutes after the game. And then we're all back at the pub just laughing at how either pathetic we were or how good we were. So, yeah, just playing and winning things with your mates, you just can't beat it.
Yeah. I just want to say thank you for your time, David, today. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.